And good evening once again. It's now round 2 of season 4 of Assetto Corsa with FTRL. We've got 18 cars tonight for tonight's race at Silverstone, and as you can see, it is wet. It is raining in qualifying. I don't know what the forecast is for the forecast I think for the race is wet. Hopefully, it won't be excessively so, because that's never too much fun when it's flooded, but we're okay at the minute. It's just wet, so we'll see what happens with the weather as we get into the race. But new driver on the grid tonight, we've got Lars, who quite a few of the guys on this grid know from racing with him in PSGL and other leagues and so on, so great to see Lars on the game again. Been off busy doing whatever it is he does. 18 drivers tonight, so once again hopefully a nice busy race and busy qualifying session that I can fail to keep track of most of the action on for you. At the minute, the race is, or the qualifying session, is brought to you by Sharp's Sea Fury. There was a rumour that Talisker whiskey was going to be the drink of choice tonight, but no, it's the beer for now. We may move on to the whiskey later on. Tonight's race is 75 minutes. Last week's was 50. We do have a mixture of race lengths this season, which is something different, just to throw the strategy around. There's a couple of different rules for the 75-minute race, but essentially the main rule is that I've got an extra 25 minutes to fill and drink in. So, that should hopefully the last 25 minutes or so will be reasonably fluent and not just slurring of words as one car follows another. The rules-wise, if I can find them, which I can't at the minute, 75-minute races have a 60-minute pit window, so that starts at 7.5 minutes into the race, and we've got one mandatory restop for refuel. No mention of tyres, so it's your choice if you want to put tyres in, but he says, actually that makes the strategy a bit more different. It's when you do tyres, if you have just the tyres, then you end up with everyone doing 30-second pit stops. But when it's just a get me words out, when it's just a stop for fuel, you've then got that decision, is do you take the fresh tyre set or not? So we're just watching Lars go around the track at the minute. Shortish qualifying session. Watching Lars slide off the track, in fact. Shortish qualifying session, just the 15 minutes. Ponish down off the track there, I think it was, yeah. So it might be tricky for these guys, because it wasn't raining pre-race. Someone else is off, Brady Joe Daddy. It wasn't raining in the... people all over the place here. It wasn't raining in the free practice session previously. I don't know how much wet practice anyone will have managed to do during the week. Some of them, this may well be the first time they've actually been in a car in the rain here at Silverstone. Lap times there, the minute Mitch Oakley comes in with a 2:09. They were doing about 2 minutes in the dry just before in the free practice session, so that's an idea of how much slower it is at the minute. That is an excellent beer, I must say. That is Sharp's Sea Fury, if anyone's interested. Plenty of taste, which is always nice. That's what you want in a beer. I'm not quite sure what the advertising on the side of the bottle is. I may have a look for it in a bit, but it's my last of those. Next in the fridge is a couple of Sharp's Doom bars as well, so we'll see if we've got options. It's always crucial to have options in a longer race, and as we get through the season we'll also have a 90-minute race, and I think there's a 2-hour race as well, just to really send me crazy. The season ender at possibly Spa. Just have a look what it says. Oh no, Bathurst, 2 hours at Bathurst. So just sort of a quick run through the calendar. Next week, yes, 50 minutes again at Hungaroring, then we have the 90 minutes at Kyalami, 75 minutes at Spa, 50 at Misano, 75 at Imola, and that builds all the way up then to 120 minutes at Bathurst. So enjoy that one, guys. 2 hours of going around there. 2 mandatory pit stops that one will be, but I say tonight it's just the 1 mandatory stop, and no need to change tyres if you don't want to. Just the fuel that's needed, so you can always do a splash and dash and stick a litre in. Mostly I'm just sort of filling in because no one's set a lap yet. We've got Aaron, blue flag, Mitch Oakley, an unsafe release, but we're 5.5 minutes into this qualifying session and 4 guys have set a lap, so let's go and find of course Mitch Oakley. I was trying to work out who the Rainmaster, Mitch Oakley, of course, previously Artemis Tocco. He is well known for having lots of good results in the rain. City Posh Blue had some good pace last week, we saw. He had an issue. I think he started from the pits for whatever reason, so that cost him a lot of time to get started, but he made a good drive through the field. Who else we got? What's flying from? He was usually up there. Of course, missed Iggy setting his pole lap, but that's fairly standard. Generally the man to try and beat. Now, as I remember, the Audi in fact, I'm quite glad I've gone on flying from. The Audi in the rain is a bit of a handful. The track is just damp as opposed to flooded, so maybe it's not completely bottoming out. And aquaplaning. It's Pagani sets a very good lap there. 2 minutes 7, a second ahead of Iggy. Great lap from Pagani. He's found himself some grip. From comes round Brooklands. I'm going to do myself a disservice as I'm going to forget a lot of these corner names, which is shocking for Silverstone. Any good commentator should at least know Silverstone's turns. Even with these, I say it's a new track. It's not really a new track anymore, is it? They've been doing this one for a decade or more. It's just how old I am for when I remember Silverstone. I always like the old Ridge complex, that was always nice. Oh, the car going off the track. Looks like cab loader getting out the way of Frome as he comes through Maggots and Beckett's. That one's, yeah, second part's Beckett's, isn't it? And then the left at the end here is then Chapel and onto the Hangar Straight. Blue Mosquito just behind him, yes, in the McLaren. I'm going to have a guess at that one, but I can't remember. Shocking. I'm going to bring up a track map. You've got to know these things. Through the last corner anyway, whatever that's called. Onto the start finish straight. And Frome, does he set a lap this time? No, he does not. So let's go, well, we know Blue Mosquito, well, I thought he was going to be on a lap, but apparently he's not. Let's see what Lars is doing again. Mercedes is usually a nice car. The 999. There we go, we've got the track map up now. So that is Stowe, I was right. Yes. Bit of traffic coming up for Lars as he comes into Vale. There we go. It's much easier when you've got the corner names. Got to pretend like I suddenly learned them. I have a track map now. Onto Club, and then of course onto the newly named Hamilton Straight. Of course. So a nice little gesture there for Lewis Hamilton, who has just 1 or 2 drivers' titles to his name. These guys seem to be really struggling to get a lap in. We're, 10 minutes into this quali session, most of the grid hasn't set a lap yet. Yeah, real issues going on for everyone. Oops. Well, there's Ponish down. Not sure what happened there with the camera. Someone else is off the track as well, so that's car 91. That's Aaron. Looks like he parked up. Then into Stowe as he comes towards the end of his lap. See if he can actually set one, because yeah, we're well 11 minutes now into this session. and someone else just set a lap there, thank goodness. So now half the grid has set a lap at least. Maybe some of them were just getting a feel for it. Ponage Town across the line. And oh, he's not across the line. Because we use the oh, such an amateur commentator. We use the old start-finish straight on this game in the GT cars. Oh, that's just embarrassing. Village, the loop, and then Aintree. It's these three corners onto the Wellington Straight. And this track, yes, it's Brooklands, Luffield, and Woodcote were your last corners. Took a worryingly large amount of time through quali for me to realise. Still pass that one out of the way. Lucky struggle just to get that stopped and in there, Ponage. Down through, track's still damp. Let up in the weather at the minute, wind's blowing a bit. And Ponage Town sets a nice lap and goes up into 4th place. Nice speed from Ponage Town. Blue Mosquito, who did lead the timing boards in free practice, but whether he can get that McLaren lit up in the rain, well, we'll soon find out. He's got this lap and possibly one more. He fancies it. Just 10th for Blue Mosquito. Pagani looks like he's about to finish a lap now. Doesn't improve. Who else is on a lap? Car 20, that's Bread is your daddy. He's about to come across the line. And we can see what 51 is Junkie Sport now, isn't it? Yes. So Bread is your daddy comes across the line. He goes 13th. Junkie Sport in that McLaren. Oh, looking beautiful that. But he pulls away into the pits. Which car's that coming down? There's that Lee Cole. Nope, car 84, that's Cablo. Tricky to see sometimes these things. So Cablo then across the line. Not quite found the rhythm. So he's got one more lap to go as Cablo. And I think just about everyone else now is going to be... Oh, nope, Cablo's decided that's enough of that. So the next person who's probably going to finish a lap is going to be Brandon Glover. If that track map is accurate. So you can see them as they go across the start-finish straight, just flicks from blue to grey. I don't know how much of that you can see on the stream. But grey is on a lap. So let's see how people are doing, because people that are in the pits, of course, won't be setting a lap now. The spread of the field. Tricky conditions. Good lap from Pagani though, that. He is on a lap though, so he'll be looking to do something about that. Brandon Glover is going to be first one to come across the line and try and challenge that. Blue Mosquito will be next. Just 12th for Glover. Blue Mosquito moves himself up to 9th. Then Pagani. Can he improve on his lap? He does not. I think he cannot, because he's called it quits. So we go down to... Let's go watch Blue Flag. And that stealth car. Can't really make that one out, can we? Should be able to see that one fairly easily, shouldn't we? That one's the loop, isn't it? Farm, the loop, and all these ones. And then Aintree, there's onto the Wellington Straight. I'm wondering what the track's gone wet now, so it's gone up from damp to wet. These guys will be hoping that it dries out for the race, which is, I think in theory, set to tomorrow. it's a Saturday qualifying and a Sunday race. Blue flag does improve and he goes up to second. And then the last one across the line, I think, was car 89. So there is your grid. You got Pagani on pole, blue flag second, Iggy third. So great result there for Pagani. Aaron in fourth. Great lap from Aaron. I didn't see Aaron coming in with that one. Ponish Town 5, unsafe release 6th. City Posh Blue 7, Flying Frome 8th, Blue Mosquito 9th. And we will leave now because we've got the countdown timer going, so I'll be back in a few minutes for the race. So hopefully the formation lap. So back in a few minutes. All right then, so happy to say we are back and right at the start of the formation lap, which is nice, so we can take you through this grid as we've got it. So Pagani takes pole position, great lap from him in the Bentley. Just looking at the weather forecast then, so it's raining, but it's light rain, damp, and then hopefully getting lighter, so maybe we'll get some nice mixed conditions in this race. Blue flag second, Iggy third. Aaron with a great lap there in the other Mercedes fourth. Ponish Town fifth in that Aston Martin, unsafe release sixth. Snuck that one in, I think. The red Ferrari from unsafe release. We saw that one going around. I believe he was nicknamed Unsafe Rejoin after last week's efforts, so we'll keep an eye on what happens with unsafe release this week. All in good spirit, of course. It happens, doesn't it? Incidents flying from 7th, City Posh Blue is in 8th. Just noticed actually looking at the map, everyone has got started this time round. Not sure why City Posh Blue is ahead of Frome there. Blue Mosquito then behind him. Maybe he's meant to be and he just overtook him on the way through. Mitch Oakley 10th, says 11th, not sure what's going on with that one. Lars is in 11th. Fred is your daddy 12th. Brandon Glover had a good showing last week, but he's down in 13th this week. He was second, I think, Brandon. Junkie Sport 14th, Lee Cole 15th in their McLarens. Cabello down in 16th, T. Smith 17th, and Mr. Grumpy brings up the rear in 18th in that lovely black Mercedes. He's just have 19 on his car though, so I'm not sure why. But back up to the front then. Timetables will tell us anything? No, there we can have sort of flick through it that way. If you fancy doing it the old-fashioned way of seeing who was in what. Pagani with, well, you see it's a very, looks like a UK flag on that Bentley, which is lovely to see. A bit of British racing green colouring on the front. And the Union Jack down the side. These guys try and get some kind of heat into their tyres. Not going to be easy. I'm not sure whether it's wet weather tyres or they're on. So that was someone going for it again. So they're just then getting into position for the start of this race. Line up side by side. We've just got to go through last corner here at Luffield, and then they will come down towards the first corner, which is going to be interesting. I might try and flick through the field as they get to it, because it's a nice high-speed right-hander at Copse, and in these conditions, anybody's guess as to what could happen. Hopefully it'll be nice and clean. That's the hope. We always want everyone to get through. Long race course today, 75 minutes. Last week's was 50. The whole pit strategy thing may be a moot point depending on the weather. The weather might well drive tyre choices. And as we get to the line, it's green light and off we go. And Iggy looks like he's got a great start versus Pagani. And blue flag will go around the outside. And who's doing anything? Oh, was that a little bit of contact? No, I don't think it was. Everyone seems like they've got through so far. Oh, there's a car. That's British Daddy's in the wall. And no, they didn't. In fact, there's a couple of cars off. Lee Cole is off. 69 is Brandon Glover is off as well. So there's been some incidents at the back there, but we didn't see what they were. So let's go back to the front. And no, that's the wrong bit of the track. There we go. Let's watch Pagani as he is behind Blue Flag. Blue Flag leads the way then. Pagani's second. Iggy's in third. Ponish Town is in fourth. We've got a couple of guys going side by side as they come onto the back straight then. And other than that, oh, there's a car struggling to get some grip there, but everyone's gone through nicely. Oh, cars are going everywhere now. Right, let's have a look what's going on. I wish I wouldn't do that on the first lap. So it's Blue Flag, Pagani, yeah, Iggy, Ponish Town, Aaron, Safe Release. Hard to keep up with exactly who's where at the minute. The timing boards just refresh. Other than a couple of guys got caught up in incidents, but most people have got through okay. And then on to the Hamilton straight then. That looks like Lars is having a look at somebody. No, he's not quite got up the inside then to make a move to whatever that one's called. Should know, don't. Might have a look at our track map again in a bit, but it's very busy at the start so far. Further back you've got Grumpy, who's made a great start for Grumpy. He's up to 12th. Started at the back. Brady Daddy was struggling. He was one of the two in the wall that we saw at the start. Of course, with the pit window, even if you do have a bit of damage. Oh, who's that at the back there trying to get? City Bosch Blue having a look at Aaron. If you have a bit of damage, of course, you do want to wait until the pit window if you can, because of course you don't want to go through the pits. Well, Silverstone, you don't want to do it any more than you have to. Blue looks like Brady's your daddy's round again, car number 20. Yeah, he's round, and as they come through a fairly action-packed first lap, it is Blue Flag leads Pagani. Mighty Iggy. Ponish Town's got a great run on Iggy there at the last corner. Keep an eye on that battle there. So Aaron then in 5th, Flying Throne 6th, City Bosch Blue 7th, Unsafe Release 8th, Mitch Oakley 9th, and Lars 10th. Blue Mosquito 11th is the front battle. You've then got Mr. Grumpy and Cabello just fallen back a bit from those two. Brandon Glover, who was second last week. Junkie Sport obviously had too much damage. Well, he did have a lot of damage. I was just saying before, you don't want to be going in the pits if you can avoid it. Clearly he could not. T. Smith 16, Lee Cole 17, and Brady Joe Daddy 18. well. In fact, that'll be Junkie Sport will be last after that one. At the front, it's Ponish Town is up into third. I thought I said he had a good run on Iggy earlier. Missed an overtake. That's disappointing. So Ponish Town overtakes Iggy and goes up into third place. Lovely stuff. Aaron has got Flying Throne, City Bosch Blue. No, he hasn't, in fact. Flying Throne has got past Aaron, so I am missing overtakes left, right, and centre here. Great race direction. It's lovely to see. As all the action is happening away from the cameras, and I'm panning around looking at nothing. That's what we want to see. There's Ponies, there's Aaron. Oh no, I've done it again because Blue Flag has gone off the track, so Pagani leads. Blue Flag is back now in, looks like fourth as Ponish Town moves up into second and Iggy into third, and that City Bosch Blue goes round. But I don't know if he just lit the tyres up there or he can't get it facing the right way. Can he get it going again? Not quite sure what happened there to him. We'll catch that on the old replay in a minute, but City Bosch Blue goes round and he's dropped way back. Like he just maybe gave it a bit too much on the power, but quite tell. So your top three is Pagani, Ponish Town, Mighty Iggy, Flying Throne in fourth, Blue Flag fifth, Aaron sixth now, Safe Release seventh, Mitch Oakley eighth, Lars in ninth, but Lars is in the pits. And Blue Mosquito moves up into ninth then, and Cablo will take 10th off Lars. There's action everywhere. Let's see if we can see what happened with City Bosch Blue. Just watch Pagani going through. Let's just swipe through him. Let's see if we can, because he's just this car, this white car on the right here. And that looks like the car behind him just gave him a little nudge from what I could see there. Let's just click back and have another look. That's not too far. Just watch them as they go round that corner. Who is the car behind him? He's unsafe release in his Ferrari. And I think there is just a little bump there, isn't there? Between unsafe release and City Bosch Blue, so that's a shame to see. I think there's just a little bit of contact there. Oh, now what's going on here? Is Flying Throne's gone round. He's way back. So I've missed Flying Throne going round now. Everyone's struggling. Oh, yeah, no, I think he has, yeah. So, oops. That's the wrong button. So, 8:51, that's Blue Flag is off the track. So I wonder if those are coming together then between Throne and Blue Flag. So, what's going on now? Trying to catch up what's going on as Ponish Town. He is looking very handy then behind Pagani. Now in this battle then, it seems like he's got a good car underneath him there in that Aston Martin. Can he get anywhere alongside Pagani? That's going to be a brave move in these conditions. And he doesn't go for it there. Probably sensibly enough. He's got Iggy right behind him. Magnus and Beckett's, and this is, well, great stuff. He's almost pushing him around those corners. Left, right, right, and then the left then onto the hangar straight. Can he get underneath him? Car 91 is Aaron, who's just holding some of the guys up behind there, I think. Yeah. So straight away we've got a 3-way battle for the lead. Track is greasy now. It's greasy. I'm sure it started off damp, so that suggests to me that even though it's still raining, that would tell me it's drying a little bit. Oh, I thought Ponish was really sending that one. Pit window's open now. I don't know if anyone fancies it, because depending on what the forecast is, you might just want to hold on, especially if you're someone like Ponish. You won't want to be, you know, he's in the zone at the minute. These three guys lead by 6 seconds from Aaron. Unsafe Release, Mitch Oakley, Blue Mosquito, Flying Frome, Cablo's up into 9th. In fact, he's not. Brandon Glover is 9th, and Cablo is 10th. Incidents happening all over the track. Unfortunately, I've missed all but one of them. So many apologies to anyone tuning in to hopefully see some action, but you can guarantee there has been some action in this race. I've just no idea what it was. That may well be the motto for what goes on as Flying Frome is around again. Flying Frome's gone round again. And on to the Wellington Straight they go, as Cablo's going to have a look at Frome. Behind him, City Posh Blue, and Blue Flag's back there as well. So that Audi not liking the rain. I said before it didn't really like the rain. Oh, Cablo really leaves that one in. Hit the brakes, make sure you get your car turned in. So what's happening further up? Pagani seems to have just got a bit more of a comfortable position than ahead of Ponage now this lap, but a bit further back, Unsafe Release has got Mitch Oakley right behind him, that battle for 5th. It's Ferrari against Nissan. The red Ferrari. Rain light flickering away. Can Mitch Oakley get anywhere? He's interested, he's very interested. Pulls out the slipstream. Launches it. Launches it. Does he make it stick? Are they still side by side? They're still side by side going towards the Vale. There's a car off the track. That is, looks like Mr. Grumpy at the back of the circuit near Luffield. And around the outside, and lovely stuff then. Mitch Oakley overtakes Unsafe Release, and that's a beautiful move. Made a couple of corners, had it really sent one in down the straight. And then he's made a nice move then into the Vale, so beautifully done. And it's Mitch Oakley goes ahead of Unsafe Release. So a little bit further back we've got Brandon Glover, we've got Flying Frome who's struggling, we've got City Posh Blue. Frome looks like he's just about done in, I think. Yeah, there goes Frome. We've got Brandon Glover having a look then at City Posh Blue, and Cablo looking interested as well. Cablo really looking interested. Get that nose right in there. This is the battle for 8th place. Or 8th, 9th and 10th rather. Blue Flag is behind him as well, he's trying to get involved in that. Just keep an eye on this battle for a bit before we look again at that lovely move from Mitch Oakley on Unsafe Release. Cablo and Brandon Glover just taking different lines into Luffield. Cablo probably just keeping him a bit more interested than he'd otherwise like. Looks like at the front Pagani has just found a bit more of a rhythm. He's just stretching that gap then to Ponage Town. And Iggy is in 3rd. Aaron 4, Mitch Oakley 5th. Safe Release 6th and Blue Mosquito. Oh, wait a minute. Cablo taking the less conventional line. Yeah, that's just let a couple of guys through. Blue Flag and T. Smith have come through. Cablo just overcooked that one a bit, coming through. I guess that was coming through Cops. Wasn't really looking, to be honest, but it's a bit unexpected. A bit of a battle going on a bit further up as Blue Flag is having a look, but he can't make that one stick. Do anything then towards the Vale. Blue, oh, he's got a great run. Is he going to send it? Not this time. So as we're watching these two guys have a bit of a battle, let's just go back and watch what was going on then between Mitch Oakley and Unsafe Release. You can see that's the move then into Stowe, and they just got the run around the outside. Cuts across him, takes the apex, and a lovely move from Mitch Oakley to overtake Unsafe Release. Oh, and just having a quick look back on live, just saw it down the bottom. Looks like Brandon Glover just ran wide. And yeah, he's let blue flag through. So snatch the brakes a bit maybe. And lets blue flag through. So these guys are struggling in these conditions, and the forecast I've just noticed says in 7 minutes time it's going to get a little wetter. So enjoy that one. The track currently greasy, and the rain to increase in a few minutes. So who will that benefit? Safe Release is just running a bit wide. And Blue Mosquito and Unsafe Release are going to go side by side. No, they're not. Blue Mosquito is going to make the move. And he will take 6th position now. Very much a race. Oops, the camera panned to all the wrong person. Very much a race of attrition. All about not making the mistake. Blue Mosquito into 6th place then. Unsafe Release 7th. Field is spreading out a bit as guys just find their rhythm. Back up to the front then. Pagani has just extended that lead again over Ponage. Ponage has got Mighty Iggy with him for company. So no let up for these guys, but they're having a very strong race to start with. Just have a look a bit further back as there's a few cars getting close to each other. Blue flag got City Posh Blue ahead of him. Don't know if that's just a man he's caught up to or what, but it's, yeah, Brandon Glover ran wide before, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. City Posh Blue takes the wide line. Oh, wow, that's an re-entry and a half. Yeah, the greasy track not helping these guys out. As Ponage is falling off Pagani now. Gap's up to 2.8 and he's got Iggy right behind him. But these guys in the midfield are having all sorts of fun. So maybe we should stick with them a bit more. The snatching of brakes and things seems to be happening a bit more around here. City Blue and T Smith having a look at each other. A bit further forward in a bit at Ponage and Iggy. At the minute, looking alright. Oh, that's 2nd place. That car just, it seems like it had enough pace down the straight. From what I could see, at least on the overhead map. Looks like Aaron and Mitch Oakley, they may well be getting close to each other, but not just at the minute, I don't think. Quick look. Scan back between Smith and City Posh Blue. I'm getting myself very confused as to who's doing what just at the minute. Anyway. Yeah, blue flag seems to be, I don't know. Stuff's happening all over the place, it's hard to keep up. You guys are having all sorts of fun. That looks like Aaron and Mitch Oakley look like they're getting very close. Yes, they are. So the Rainmaster. What can he achieve then? Aaron goes very defensive very early. Gets himself across to the left-hand side of the track. There's Blue Mosquito in the background. It's not good enough as Mitch Oakley just drives straight past him. Must have had a good exit off the previous corner, but wow, that's some difference in straight line speed then. Between that Nissan and the Mercedes, he just drove by him. Into 4th place. A fair gap back then between Mitch Oakley and Iggy. Further back, we've still got T Smith and City Posh Blue. So your battles on track then at the minute seem to be between Ponage and Iggy. And this battle here between T Smith and City Posh Blue was unsafe release. The first man then into the pits for his mandatory stop. It's a brave call considering the plus on the weather. I'm not sure if he can, I think he can still see that. Might be a brave call. Well, that will like a lot of sliding from T Smith. Garney just finding himself a little rhythm at the front there. That gap's up to 4.2 seconds. Say, this is a long race tonight. 75 minutes, and we are not even 20 into it. So these guys have got a long time to go yet. Yeah, unsafe release has done his pit stop. I mean, maybe he just fancied some different tyre pressures, perhaps. Well, that would involve a tyre change. That would be weird. Anyway. I suppose if you're going to do it, you might as well do it early. Out in 13th there. Car rate down, so he's on the hanger straight at the minute. Everyone else is just starting to spread out a bit. Let's just go up front then and watch Ponage Town and Mighty Iggy. Great drive so far then from Ponage. He's got himself a nice rhythm in that Aston Martin. I don't want to put the mockers on him. Yeah, he's finding some nice pace in car number 10 there. Enjoying the slightly greasy conditions. In fact, it says that the track is up to damp. There's a car off the circuit. I think that's Bread Is Your Daddy. Just car 20. I just noticed Lars has obviously had a few issues. He's down in 15th then. I obviously missed some of the incidents that happened to Lars because he was up there earlier on as well. Looks like Pagani's going to be, well, at the minute he's certainly got the curse of the leader because he's just slowly pulling away, and it's probably not going to be on the screen for a while if he keeps doing that. But it looks like he just struggled to get the car in there, so. He did, and is that? Just looked away just at the wrong second. I think he's just driven past him, yes. Oh, so he's just run wide out the last corner, or coming up. That's a bad time to look away from your phone, but luckily we can watch the replay of that one and just see what on earth happened, because I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. But Iggy moves up into second then after Ponage Town's been in that second place for quite a long time. Let's just go back and watch this then. Yeah, so he comes through that corner. He's got a little wobble on, I think, earlier on, round wide. Just struggled just to get the power down. Iggy, yeah, Iggy's just there just to take advantage, isn't he? And through he goes. So, can't be giving Iggy a sniff of a chance. That man is ruthless. So it's Pagani, Iggy, Ponage Town, Mitch Oakley, Aaron, Blue Mosquito, who's got blue flag closing up to him. That'll be a lesson to anyone that's commentating. Don't just check your phone because you think it's going a bit quiet. As Blue Mosquito really runs it a bit wide. Let blue flag catch up. Into Maggots and Brackets go the McLaren and the Mercedes. seeing some McLarens and Mercedes on circuit soon as well. Bahrain, I think it's the season opener for the F1 soon. Blue flag. Interested down the main straight there, but nothing doing at the minute. Blue Mosquito left the door open, and they're going to have a bit of a drag down towards Vale. Blue Mosquito has the inside line, but does he have the momentum? No, he does not. Blue Flag's able to brake later, and he goes past. So that's Blue Flag up into 6th. Blue Mosquito down into 7th. McLaren just not doing what he wants it to do. Just ran a little wide. And Blue Flag was there to take advantage of it. Oh, further up the field, I noticed Ponish Town has caught back up then to Iggy. They're lapping somebody. Brady's your daddy. That gap has come right down. Oh, it looks like he left that one in a bit. See what they do on exit. And this was it this one? No, it was the other bit of the track. It was down towards turn 1, wasn't it, where he just struggled. That's through Cops and up towards Maggots and Beckett's, and Pony just got a great run. Once again, he's going to be pushing Iggy left and right and left. And come on, guys, I want to say right again. There's the right. Through Maggots, through Beckett's, through Chapel, then onto the Hanger Straight. Pony just got a great run. Can he get that slipstream? Iggy's presumably going to go defensive, but he doesn't go too defensive. There is enough gap up the inside there if Ponish fancies it, and it looks like he does. Can he get his car anywhere? Can he get it near? No, he can't. Iggy does a nice job. Keeping it tidy. Oh, wait a minute. He says that. Looks like Pony's going to have a look down towards the Vale. They are going to go side by side. Pony up the inside. Really left it in there. Left it too much. Iggy just found his braking spot and keeps 2nd place, but great stuff between the two of them. Looks like Iggy just invited him in to have a look at it and just overcooked it a little bit. Couldn't quite get the car slowed down, as they say. Martin Brundle would say. Try to remember what the saying is, but the difference between something and adhesion. Someone can tell me what that is if they're watching. Aspiration and adhesion, maybe? I don't know. We've had a good look at each other anyway. Anyway, further back, Blue Flag's just essentially driven past Aaron from what I've seen. I've not really noticed that one. So Blue Flag's having a great recovery drive. He's just caught straight up to Aaron and driven past him. Blue Mosquito, on the other hand, has got T. Smith and City Posh Blue closing up to him as well. So that McLaren seems to be doing what he wants it to do. Or at least as fast as he wants it to do it anyway. Let's watch these two guys. They're not much for giving quarter either. So we've got a McLaren, a Porsche and a Mercedes. And no, it's not the start of a bad joke. It's just the cars that are on track. Car number 84 is Cablo, seems to be off the circuit. That's maybe just taking a bit too much speed through whatever that corner is. Farm, let's just call it that one. And T. Smith and City Bosch Blue just going a bit wide. Blue Mosquito keeping it tighter. Oh, these guys are going to have a look at each other, are they? Through Maggots and Beckett's. That's going to be brave. No, T. Smith has got some company, but keeping it nice and neat so far. This is where you're just looking to try and fling an exit onto Chapel. Or onto Chapel, through Chapel, onto the Hanger Straight. That's a good opportunity then for City Bosch Blue. T. Smith looked like he went a bit wide. Right up behind him. Can he get anything done? Has he got too much rear wing? The slipstream's certainly not going for it there. That Porsche looking very mighty. Just perhaps a bit too mighty down the straight though and into the corner. One, two, three of them into Vale. Good stuff. Yeah, gonna keep going at it. Smith takes what a bit of defensive line, moves back to the racing line. And Blue Mosquito's had a moment, I think, through Abbey, and T. Smith can have a look at him, is he? Oh, that's perhaps a bit too much of a look. Blue Mosquito goes round. Blue Mosquito goes round. Wasn't really given enough space there. T. Smith just left that one in a bit too much. And knocks Blue Mosquito around. Shame then for Blue Mosquito. Looks like car 17 T. Smith has also let City Posh Blue through, so I wonder if he's going to wait up for Blue Mosquito. But yeah, that was a shame seeing that one. They were having quite a good battle. Just a bit of contact, just a little bit too much ambition. It is ambition over adhesion, isn't it? That's definitely the saying that he goes with. And he's just bumped into Blue Mosquito. It looked like it was happening all the way, to be honest, and knocked him round and cost Blue Mosquito a couple of places. And as it stands, that's about us then for battles on track at the minute. So let's go up front and watch Pagani. And then let's just watch these two guys again on the replay. The come through, you can just see T. Smith. Yeah, he leaves it in there, but he's always sort of struggling to get that slowed down. Blue Mosquito turns in and just finds a Porsche in the road where he wanted a bit of track. Yeah, unfortunate for Blue Mosquito, that one. That knocks him down to 9th place. Aaron is pitting. And amazing, we're still not, after all the stuff we've had in this race, we're still not actually halfway through it yet, and it's still getting wetter, so some of these guys that have pitted earlier may be regretting that choice, because you may want to keep going as long as you can, just in case there's a need for wet tyres. Of course, it depends how much you're fueled up for as well. When it's something like this, you may want to, especially in the conditions, you'd probably want to just stick as much fuel as you could on and just see what happened, really. You'd always be reacting to the conditions. But yeah, just looking at the track map, nothing too much. Total car 17, T. Smith is round. Is he round, or is he letting Blue Mosquito catch up? Perhaps he's letting Blue Mosquito catch up. That looks more like he's letting him come back. Quite sporting of him, I think, there. So we've now got another battle then between Blue Mosquito, T. Smith and Brandon Glover. So these guys are enjoying their three-way battles in these tricky conditions. I mean, I'm guessing that they're still on slick tyres. Doesn't seem like it's wet enough for the wet yet, so if it continues to get heavier, the rain, then yeah, these guys that pitted early may just be regretting that choice, as Brandon Glover looked like he was sliding a bit getting near T. Smith. And Beckett's, who else? That's 851. He's getting close. That's Blue Flag. Yeah, he is. He's getting close up to Mitch Oakley. So we'll have a look at these guys. Blue Flag's got some great pace. You'd really want to leave so much Blue Mosquito and T. Smith. No, they're separated a bit, so let's just go back and watch Blue Flag and Mitch Oakley. I'm glad I did that, because that looks like these guys are going to struggle. Car 91 is Aaron. He's spun and he's called it a day. So Aaron's gone round at Lovefield. Oh, who's this car? 51. That's Junkie Sport. And he stays out the way nicely. Further back, I said Blue Mosquito has got T. Smith right with him again. And they're approaching that bit of track again, so let's keep an eye on this. I'm sure T. Smith will be perhaps a little more... Oh, he says they're going to go side by side. We've seen this move before. T Smith gets a stop this time, a lot more generous on the brakes, and this time he does get it stopped and gets through nice and cleanly. So well done. We thought we saw that move before. We've seen it again. And we've got blue flag. Really chasing down Oakley. Town is holding on to the back of Iggy quite nicely. 2.3 seconds back from him at the minute. Pagani's moving. Oh, hello. We're going to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. That's a lot of respect shown by these two guys so far. Gets a bit tighter in the second part. But great stuff. Great stuff keeping it tidy. Let's see what Blue Flag's got some great pace at the minute though, so I'm wondering how much Mitch Oakley can keep him back. At the minute, Blue Flag seems to have the pace on track, and there he goes. Just a little mistake, just runs wide, and Blue Flag will take that one, thank you very much. And up into 4th place goes Blue Flag. With the pace he's got, can he make a decent impact? He's still got 40 minutes of this race to go. And he's absolutely charging. Can he sort of make a decent dint in that 20 seconds he's got up to Town? Could well be in that battle for 2nd and 3rd by the end of this race. Blue Flag the way he's going. And if the rain continues to fall harder and harder, who else have we got having a battle? Looks like Blue Mosquito, Brandon Glover, T Smith. Who's that a bit further back? You've got, it looks like Cablo and Red Is Your Daddy. I think those two cars back there. What's happened there? Anyway. Yeah, stuff. Town pits, Junkie Sport gets a drive through, Blue Flag pits, Mitch Oakley pits. Town looked like he was struggling just to find his pit marker there. Quick pit stop for him. At the minute, Mitch Oakley goes through. That's a change of tyres. All these guys coming in now. It's just shy of halfway through the race. I wonder if they got a note. Yeah, everyone else is doing it. I wonder if they got a note that said it's time for the wet tyres. Well, we'll find out. Seems like most people, is Cablo coming in the pits as well? Looks like he is. I mean, if they've not had the note for wet tyres, Nicole doesn't. It seems a heck of a coincidence for everyone else to go in the pits as Lee Cole goes wide. Now there's a lot of cars all at the same bit of track. That's 999 is Lars. You've got City Posh Blue. I think that would have been up front. 851 is off the track. That's Blue Flag. So all that pace he had earlier, I've just seen a yellow flag on Blue Flag. Keep up with that one if you can. And yeah, Pagani and Iggy are both pitted now as well. Imagine Pagani will stay out in front.
We're at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Yeah, we are. Well, this is about halfway in the race now, but I'm guessing that they've got the call and everyone has decided that they're going to agree with it and go for the fresh tyres. could be an interesting race on between Iggy. Oh, he seems like he's a long way up the field. Play between Iggy and Ponish Town because they were only a couple of seconds apart from each other. So depending on how good those wet tyres are when they first come out the blankets, there goes Pagani. He gets dropped down and off he goes. And then Iggy comes out. T. Smith has decided to stick with it. And the gap then, I thought Ponish Town like he didn't hit his marks right. He's a long way back behind Iggy now. So Iggy the big winner then in that pit stop round. Pony's had a spin or something on the way in. A bit of damage repair, but I don't think he's been involved in anything. So it's Pagani leads, well, T. Smith, then Iggy. I imagine if they got the call to change tyres, then T. Smith will probably get passed by Iggy fairly quickly based on that. Car 20 is British Your Daddy's off the track. Where else are there some battles? Like Cablo's got Brandon Glover for company. There's also maybe some damage repair going on there, but we'll just watch Smith and Iggy. So what we really need now is for it to dry up and threaten everyone's tyres again. See what happens. If there is a dry window, then that'll be T. Smith laughing, but at the minute, yeah, see, that's Iggy just drives past him. No problem at all, is it? So who else is out there having a look at each other? We've got Cablo and Brandon Glover getting close. At the minute, they're a second and a half apart as it stands. A bit further back, Ponage has got Mitch Oakley coming up behind him. That gap's 4.5, and let's just keep an eye on how it goes. Drive through for Junkie Sport's been cleared, and we've still got 34 minutes of this race to go, so plenty of stuff that can still happen. Yeah, Ponage and Oakley 4.5 then separate from each other. It's like T. Smith, yeah, T. Smith's pitted. Obviously decided that those tyres need changing as well. So as for battles on track, these are the two closest at the moment. So we'll just keep an eye on these and possibly hop back to Pagani in a bit, because I seem like I don't show the I seem to show the race leader that much. So it's their own fault for being out front too far. While that gap's seems to be extending, let's go and watch what's going on there. Pony's still 4.5 ahead. Well, let's go and watch Pagani then, as he's still leads by 7.5 from Iggy. Yeah, something must have happened with Ponish Town's pit stop, because he's lost about 8 seconds there to Iggy. Maybe he just didn't find his mark. Easily done, especially if it's wet in the pit lane. Could easily have slid off. Car 69 is then Brandon Glover is off track. I've just noticed down the main straight. 17's T. Smith is off the track. Where is he? He's going through Maggots and Beckett's and he's lost it. Looks like 8:51 is Blue Flag, and he's got City Posh Blue catching up to him. Yeah, there is, just getting a bit of screen time, pulling out the slipstream so we can all see that lovely white car. Car 51 is Junkie Sport, looks like he's going in the pits again. Not sure what's happened there. .851 though is Blue Flag, the stealth car, as we mentioned it before. If this was what I was driving to tail someone, it'd be perfect. This is the spy car of the grid. You barely notice it wherever you go. Mercedes just blends in wherever you would want it to. Yeah, at the minute, a lot of guys just having slightly lonely races as we have half an hour of this race to go. Weather is still getting wetter and wetter. I wouldn't mind it just to turn and see some minuses on that forecast. Mix the race up that a little bit more. Gap then, just one I was interested in there between Ponage and Mitch Oakley, is staying fairly solid at 4.5. So that Aston Martin doing very nicely for Ponage around Silverstone tonight. Where's Pagani and Iggy? 7.5 seconds between them. And looks like Blue Flag just has City Posh Blue covered at the minute. Tabbing for pace. That gap had got a bit closer, but it's just stretching out again. T. Smith and Cablo getting close to each other. Porsche on Bentley. Further up the field, Lee Cole's not pitted yet, so he's obviously praying that it dries up. Cablo's got a great run on T. Smith there. Can he find a gap? There he can't. Through Vale, T. Smith takes a lot of curb. That Porsche might be fighting him back a bit too much now. It's not a car that likes its driver, that Porsche. If a car had a personality, that one is a complete jerk, from my understanding of it. That Bentley of Cablo's is looking way very nice, big slide there, so that's going to be putting him just a little bit further back. And it's a warning then off my OBS for something, not quite sure why. Unsafe release has got a Blue Mosquito very close behind him as well, I've just noticed. In fact, Blue Mosquito is past. Cablo really having a look there at T. Smith. I don't really want to move away from this battle. T. Smith runs wide. That's not going to be good for his tyres. Can Cablo take advantage? Further up, yeah, I see T. Oh, yeah, no, T. Smith pits. Smith pits. Not happy with what he's got on. Oh, he's not just not happy with what he's got on, he's smashed it in the wall. So I wonder if he's done. Cablo then inherits 10th place. Yes, he does. And probably a net 9th, depending on the weather. Lee Cole. In fact, Lee Cole is in the pits now. Cablo's further up. Yes, so Cablo is up into 9th place now. Lee Cole's had to pit. As the track has gone up to wet now. The conditions continue to get worse. Pagani's lead continues to extend at the front. 8.5 seconds now over Iggy. Ponage 11 back from him, 4 seconds back from Ponage's Mitch Oakley. City Posh Blue, so missed Blue Flag. He's obviously had an issue again. So while we're watching all that battle then between Cablo and T. Smith, Blue Flag's presumably gone off again. Don't mean to sound insulting, but he's had a couple of moments tonight, that's all. Not disparaging his driving. I said it like he does it all the time. Oh, blue flag, he's gone off again. God, it just happens all the time. That wasn't what I meant. He's just had a few incidents that we've noticed. That gap between Ponage and Mitch Oakley, 3.2 now, so that may be starting to get a bit tasty. Anywhere else I see T. Smith and Lee Cole? Yeah, they're close to each other, but he seems to have come out ahead. Oh, that's not the traditional racing line then from Blue Flag. And that seems a reasonable drive-through, yes. So, Blue Flag having all sorts of problems. That's going to give Blue Mosquito a place. And Unsafe Release is having to pit again as well. So some of these guys are not enjoying these conditions. They can't get, either the tyres can't get in the right window or what. But they're struggling with it. So that's maybe Blue Flag's going to give that 6th place to Blue Mosquito. Cablo's got a good chance of inheriting? Yeah. That's T. Smith gone very wide, and that's Lars that's overtaken him, isn't it? Yes. T. Smith struggling as well. This is Blue Flag lapping those two. Just an interesting stage of the race, as other people don't seem to quite have the setup of the car the way they want. Blue Flag with that drive-through penalty. That's going to be a costly penalty at Silverstone. At least it's not the new pit lane, I guess. But even the old pit lane's fairly long. And that's Podage Town then lapping Unsafe Release, who's just come out the pits. Yes, so Junkie Sport, you're in the pit lane. Yeah, I didn't quite catch what happened. Yeah, I saw that there was a bump that had happened on turn 1, so it all looked clean enough at one point, but then there was 2 or 3 cars pointing the wrong way. There goes Blue Flag to serve his drive-through. Blue Mosquito comes around Luffield. This could be quite tight between these two. Or maybe not. God, that's a slow pit lane. Blimey. Oh, Blue Mosquito's got him by miles. There it is, out he comes. Yeah, Blue Mosquito takes 6th place then off Blue Flag, so that's going to be another battle to watch out for. "24 minutes of this race left to go, so if you're watching on a normal Monday, we would have just about called it a day now. That would be 50 minutes in. I wonder if something's happened to Iggy there, because that gap between Iggy and Ponage has dropped. The gap between him and Pagani has increased, so I wonder if Iggy's just had a bit of a moment. And those, but I think the one just to have a look at, I'll keep an eye on the rest of the map that's going on, but this one between Blue Mosquito and Blue Flag could well be heating up. Blue Flag's been, he's had a good pace today, but just seems to have been off track a couple of times. Out the pits now. Oh, that's Junkie Sport, back on track. Always good to see. Just had a bit of a moment. Popped in the YouTube chat, and then he's going back out. So well done, Junkie Sport, for getting back out there and enjoying these conditions. So forecast then is that. So I hoped it was going to dry up. We've not got negative yet, but we have got it stopped getting heavier. As from 7 minutes, it's going to stop getting heavier. And you never know, it might start. Whoa, Blue Mosquito! Wow, he's. Wow, well. Wow, where's that one come from? He's gone for a victory donut through Brookfields far too early. We've still got 20 minutes left, man. Oh, that's not sure where that one's come from. blue flag will take 6th place back very gratefully. Let's have a look at that one again as into Brookfield he comes. Really wings it in there and then sends that McLaren on a lovely 360. Round we go. Didn't quite finish it off with the panache that he would probably have wanted. If you're going to go for it, you might as well go all in. And back to live we go. So what was shaping up to be an interesting battle, not quite going there. So Ponage is catching up then to Iggy, slowly but surely, whether we've got enough time for it, and also it hopefully is catching up to Ponage again slightly. Ever so slightly. But these are the guys that are looking like they're going to be in the closest battle so far, unless there's any mistakes on the way. Again, not that I'm hoping for mistakes, but not what you want to see all the time. Not that it's not fun. Yeah, no one's really sort of getting too close, and even unsafe release behind there. He's just finding a nice little rhythm. Just watch the gap then between Iggy and Ponage. Iggy is falling back from Pagani a lot. Ponage is catching him up actually quite a bit, so yeah, that might become an interesting race in a bit. Yeah, we'll see how that one develops. Ponage might fancy that 2nd place back that he lost earlier. In fact, go back and that one we can't. That's the wrong scene. Excuse me. One of these days I'll properly learn how to use OBS, but just for now, here we go. Let's watch that one again now. So this is the one I wanted. So this was when he just had a little wobble on the way in. See then Iggy, he wasn't going to say no to that one. Makes his way, takes advantage of this slow exit Ponage down up the inside, and then that was when Iggy took 2nd place. So that one's something he will have enjoyed, but just at the minute Iggy isn't having as much fun. Ponage is eating into that lead. It's now 6.3 seconds. They're really going for it around there. No one holding back there. .1 second. So Ponage is really eating into Iggy's advantage at the minute. In fact, he's not putting into Garni's as well. The track. Ah, yes. I just noticed on the forecast the track is set to get drier as well. The forecast is for a bit of negative on the rain, so it's going to get a little bit lighter. Great to see. That's what we want to see. It's just a little bit lighter on the rain. Really throw these cars out. Unsafe release has got some good pace at the minute as well. You can see he's keeping up with Ponage quite nicely, and Mitch Oakley isn't catching up to him. Ponage, that gap's then down to 5.8 between him and Iggy. And just having another look at some of the other incidents that we've seen so far tonight. Of course, had this one between T. Smith and Blue Mosquito as they if I knew what this section was called, it'd be great. Let's say the farm section, but he just left it in a bit too much. Mosquito turns in, the contact sends the McLaren spinning off and pointing the wrong way, and of course that's not the first time we've seen that McLaren pointing the wrong way. We saw a lovely spin from him before as well, just really pirouetting it for us all, so we could enjoy that one, which I thought was very generous of him to give us all a show. Of course, one of the other ones we saw earlier, back to to this one is this lovely move that Mitch Oakley did then on unsafe release as well. So he just sets him up because he comes down the hanger straight, leaves up the inside a bit, and then he's able to just force him out and drive past him as they come towards the Vale. And cuts across the front to take that apex, and that was a lovely move that Mitch Oakley did earlier. Back to 5 we go. That gap between Bonage Town and Iggy is then down to 5 seconds. Car number 51 is Junkie Sports off the track at the minute. Who else is looking? It looks like no, Blue Mosquito's got Brady or Daddy coming up to him, and also Cablo. But other than that, the gaps aren't too much. I just noticed that Mitch Oakley has got past unsafe release now. So as it stands then, we've got a bit of a sprint on them between these guys. You've got Bonage is catching up to Iggy quite nicely now, so that gap's under 5 seconds. Whether he has enough time to catch him up, we'll find out. This is the battle at the minute. It's just really on the clock. Bonage definitely faster at the minute. Does he have enough time to catch up to Iggy? But he's chopping away at it all the time. Iggy just falling away from Pagani. And the gap with Mitch Oakley then 2.3 seconds as well. So these guys could all be getting very close towards the end of this race as we're down to the last quarter of an hour. See how we're doing on the old time between Bonage and Iggy. It was 4.8, what is it now? 4.3, so half a second out of him in that sector. They seem to be doing 2-minute laps, so let's just do some quick maths on this one, but I can't be bothered doing that. We'll just see what happens. But somewhere just under 7 laps to go. So at half a second a sector, that'll certainly catch him up enough. There's Iggy, in fact he can see him. Aston Martin working very nicely, and in fact Mitch Oakley getting close in that Nissan behind as well, so these guys could be really coming down for a battle towards the end of this race. Further around the field, that's pretty much where you are, really. Pagani is just coming up to lap Brandon Glover. Other than that, really, there's not really any other battles on track developing as it is. You've got Blue Mosquito and Cablo are 4 and a bit seconds apart from each other. They're down in 7th and 8th. Bonage is 3.8 then behind Iggy. The time is ticking away. It's onto the hanger straight they go. Watching a lot of Bonage. Let's go and watch Mitch Oakley a bit. 3.4 is the gap. Not spend too long on one single car. Keep around that gap also between Blue Mosquito and Cablo, because those guys could get quite racy towards the end as well. Yeah, again, keep an eye on that gap. Was 3.4, wasn't it? And now 3.2. So yeah, chipping away. Track's getting drier. Can't imagine anyone will be interested in pitting, but a slightly drier track will mean, before he tries to work these things out, slightly higher tyre temperatures. So whoever's got the lower pressure is going to be really enjoying this now. Anyone that's got too high a tyre pressure is going to be struggling with overheating massively. They'll be sliding everywhere. The wet tyres are horrendous when they get too hot. And look at that, Mitch Oakley is now right up behind Bonage. That's a second between these guys. Oh, he goes wide. He's okay though. Not sure whether that'll be a warning or not. See how Iggy looks. We've got way out front Pagani. We've then got Nissan, Aston Martin, Nissan. Gap was 3.2, it's now 2.8, it's under 3 seconds, but perhaps Mitch Oakley and the other Nissan is going to help Iggy out here by battling with Polish Town, because as soon as you start battling you do lose a chunk of time. There'd be perhaps even a school of thought that would say it might be better for Mitch Oakley not to battle Polish Town until he catches up to Iggy. There's perhaps a second place on offer then. Oh, wait a minute, that looked like unsafe release. No, I thought unsafe release was having a slide. I think he did have a slide, but he got away with it. Yeah, so it might help Mitch Oakley just to hold off getting involved with Ponage until he catches up to Iggy, but it is a risk. Everything's a risk, of course, but when you've got conditions like this, it's down to 2.4 and Iggy is struggling. There is perhaps a chance for second place, but if these two guys start scrapping and just give a few seconds to Iggy, that might be all he needs. Might not need any more than that. These guys are having a great race, and we are 65 minutes in now, just about. And they're getting closer and closer. Iggy, Ponage, Mitch Oakley, and it's 3/10 now. Well, you don't really need the timing, you can see the gap. Cops they go towards Maggots and Beckett's, and that's going to be an interesting. Are they going to look at each other? They're not this time. Just keep it nice and neat and tidy, don't cost each other too much time. Pagani, of course, just loving it into the distance. He's driving off and he's lapping, and while I was keeping too much eye on this, I said I was going to keep an eye on Cablo and Blue Mosquito. In fact, I didn't, and Cablo has got past Blue Mosquito, and he's 2 seconds up the road from him. So, yeah, missed that one. His eyes are banged up looking McLaren from Blue Mosquito. That is not looking healthy at all, as the gap between Iggy, Ponage and Mitch Oakley, 1.7. Mosquito, does he have? Who's coming through? That's Pagani coming through. Andy's got Brandon Glover right behind him. That's Brandon, isn't it? Yes, car 69 is there. So those guys are going to get close to each other. Oh, Mitch Oakley and Ponage are going to have a look at each other now. Could just be the gap that Iggy needs as Iggy goes up then through, let's say, Abbey. We've got 9 minutes to go. It's a wet track, but it is getting drier. Apparently, how much they're noticing it, these guys, who knows? That gap, which was 1.7, I almost expect it to be higher just because they've just started scrapping at each other, these two. There it is, yes, 2.7. So immediately, as soon as they start fighting, that's the second that they were chopping out of Iggy. All about the tactics. Might even work for Ponage to let Mitch Oakley go through and try and catch Iggy again, but who knows? Perhaps track position is king. Perhaps he's not going to have much of a choice. I think it looks like Mitch Oakley's going to get up the inside now. Ponage went a bit deep, but has he got the run? He has. He's got the wider line, and he's just got a better drive out of Lovefield. Great stuff between these guys. 2.8. Iggy's really loving this stuff then. Ponage runs a little wide. Mitch Oakley coming up behind him. Just a couple of tenths, and yeah, this is the battling that Iggy would have wanted. This is all helping him try and secure second place. Ponage, Pagani, who we've not seen much of. Look at these two guys, they are right behind each other now. Oakley goes to the outside. Ponage, does he have enough of a run? He goes close, but that doesn't matter. Everyone's pitted. Ponage with a defensive line. Did he get it stopped in time? Looks like he did. Did he have enough drive down towards the Vale? does at the minute. Not sure if there was too much. Oh, Pony goes a little bit wide, a little bit deep rather, into Vale. Can he get it recovered? No, I don't think he can. I think Oakley's going to get him on the inside. He is. And there goes Mitch Oakley then into third place with 7 minutes to go. Pony's down. Just drops down to fourth. Great battle in between these guys. So Pony's just went a little bit deep into Vale. That's given Mitch Oakley the chance to get through. But Pony's just not going to let him off easy as he has a look around the outside then. Nothing doing there. Can they get a move on? Can they get up the road towards Iggy? There's only 6 minutes left. They've got 2 and a bit. Also, well, it's 4 and a bit seconds now while they've been battling. Great job between these guys. And Unsafe Release is looking to unlap himself then on Ponage as well, just to add insult to injury. Let's watch that one again then, as Ponage was going side by side with Mitch Oakley down towards the Vale. It all looked okay. He seemed like he just had it covered, just a bit deep. Just gets him out of position. Oakley does a lovely little runs wide, switches it back. He knows Ponage has got a compromised line. Takes the neat line, drives it up the inside. So good racecraft that, good racecraft. Knowing where he had to get the car, knowing where he had to put it. That gets him onto the podium. Ponage Town just dropping off a bit now. I wonder if his tyres have just given up on him a bit. As he's now 1.7 off. And he's got Unsafe Release who's in 10th, trying to unlap himself. Iggy's car almost seems like it's got back in as well. I tell you that, he's got 3.7 then between Iggy and Oakley. So that might get a bit close towards the end, but with only 5 minutes to go, these guys were a lot closer. But we're going to have a bit of a scrap between the two Nissans right at the end of this race. We'll keep an eye on that one. In fact, we'll just stick with it because that's going to be the only scrap really on track. As further up, you've got like Blue Mosquito has got 51. That'll be Junkie Sport just behind him, but they're not racing for position. Yeah, the main battle really is between Ponage and Unsafe Release for being unlapped. But let's just see them what this timing is. So it was 3.7 as Iggy comes across. Well, he says that Iggy spins. Iggy spins and lets Mitch Oakley through, and that's going to give Ponage a chance to catch up to him. So that's Oakley takes the easiest second place he'll ever get. And Ponage is 2.9 then behind Iggy. Junkie Sports off the track letting these guys through. Oh, what a mistake from Iggy. Not something you tend to see from him. And that car is not looking very friendly at all. Let's go back and have a quick look at that one. So, probably sort of farm, I wish all the events was up happening at this section that I can't remember the name of, but he just tries to get a bit too much and just runs wide and just slides out there. Can't find any grip. And that's Mitch Oakley through into second place. So Mitch Oakley, who's not really been up there all race, but he's found himself some pace towards the end. 3 minutes to go. Way out front, we've not seen him in a while, is Pagani. Having a very solid race, great race really. 15 seconds up the road from Mitch Oakley. Further back, yet Ponage has still got Unsafe Release for company. I feel like Unsafe Release probably has the pace to get past him. If these guys were racing for position, it would be a bit more exciting, I suppose. But I guess Unsafe Release is just holding back there. Really just wait. I mean, if Ponage makes a mistake, he'll go through. But other than that, he'll just sit there and wait for it. I don't expect there's too many issues, although up front, up there is Blue Mosquito. Unsafe Release might be interested in, but with only a lap to go, or a lap and a bit to go, perhaps he'll just decide that with the gap that's 7.5 seconds that he's got, there's no way he's getting there. In fact, he says that Blue Mosquito is round, so Unsafe Release is going to get past Blue Mosquito. Another one having an issue into that sort of farm section. I've seen a lot of spins there tonight. It must be a tricky puddle or something. That's let Unsafe Release up into 9th. So yeah, the battle that it was almost avoiding by staying behind Ponage. And there we go. So that's Pagani starts the final lap of this race. Oh wait a minute, car 69 is Brandon Glover. He's off the circuit. Nothing going on there though, no, okay. Seems a little bit odd, anyway. So you've got, he seems like he's going to hold on then across Player Ponage Town, but this kind of had an interesting sort of strategic race. A couple of incidents and spins and so on. Oh, 851, that's blue flag is off the track. That's down towards the Vale. So even now, the conditions are catching people out. Where is Pagani? He's coming around Vale now as well. You've got Mitch Oakley in 2nd, Iggy 3rd, Ponage in 4th, who's still got Unsafe Release right behind him. I think Unsafe Release is probably one of the faster cars on track at the minute if he could get some clear air. Nothing else really, yeah, battle-wise. Looks like you've got Brandon Glover. Has he got anyone catch up to? I don't think he has. No, so while we're doing all that, let's go and watch Pagani as he comes down the Wellington Straight then for the 34th and final time. Someone's run wide in the background, I'm not sure who that was. Car 89, oh wait a minute, Unsafe Release is off the track, I've just noticed. Unsafe Release is off the track and Blue Mosquito is going to get past and he's going to take 9th. So these guys can't even decide who wants to take 9th as Pagani. Having watched all these other mistakes, Pagani after a flawless race will take the win. So a great race from Pagani. Mitch Oakley will take 2nd place. And Iggy, with Ponage Town right behind him, takes 3rd, Ponage 4th. After all that, somehow, Blue Mosquito is going to come through and take 9th place ahead of Unsafe Release. Not sure what happened at the end there. So really treacherous bit of the track. We saw so many spins going on through there. Who else have we still got left on track then? So Blue flag 6. So we missed City Posh Blue. I feel like I didn't see him for much of the second half of the race, to be honest. That was, just seemed like he was driving mostly on his own. But 5th place for City Posh Blue, 6th for Blue Flag. I keep getting caught out. You'd think I would have learned by now, but that's not the start-finish straight. So Lee Cole finishes. Lars will come across the line in 12th. Who's doing anything? You got Pagani. Is he doing any donuts? He's just having a little gentle cool down lap. Mitch Oakley 2nd. And they pop back to the pits. Ponage on the side of the track. So just coming through, the last 3 guys on track. You've got Blue Flag, Cablo and Junkie Sport to finish up the race. Blue Flag seemed like he had a lot of pace today. Conditions just seem to keep catching him out. So round Luffield comes Blue Flag. Cablo, and then the man to finish us off tonight will be Junkie Sport. But is Pagani off? Is he off doing some donuts on the side of the track there? Pagani's doing some donuts. So congratulations to Pagani for a very nice win tonight. Drove beautifully. We didn't see too much of him because he wasn't involved in many incidents. He just drove off ahead of everyone. Next week, we're back to the 50-minute race, and we will be at the Hungaroring for 50 minutes around that lovely circuit. So how much overtaking we'll see, I don't know. But if there's conditions like this where it's just a little treacherous, nothing crazy, but just a little treacherous, we might see some fun incidents, I suppose. But we'll just let Pagani enjoy some time celebrating his win in that lovely Bentley with the Union Jack on it. Big donut. That's nice to see. And we'll cut away from that one. So till next week then, it's good night from me. Everyone stay safe. Hope you all enjoy your week. And yes, we'll see you at the Hungaroring next week. Thank you everyone for stopping by and watching. I hope you enjoyed the race. We certainly have plenty of incidents to watch. So till next week.